Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the Houston Rockets, and there is some intel on the trade market for Eric Gordon. So before we start today's video, if you're a Houston Rockets fan or if you're an NBA fan that your team is looking to get Eric Gordon, I want to hear your thoughts down below right now. What would you trade for Eric Gordon? They have said Eric Gordon is worth a first-round pick, okay? A first-round pick, which means any first-round pick heavily protected years down the road. They just want to pick at least one from a team. And this guy is making $18 million. So what are your thoughts down below? Do you think anybody's going to get it? And what package would you give up for Eric Gordon? And what teams should trade? Let me hear any of those thoughts down below. Like and subscribe for at least 3 videos a day, 100 videos a month. And let's get right into today's video. Alrighty, guys. And look, I like this guy. Eric Gordon. If you guys don't remember, LA Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, Houston Rockets. The guy's been on a lot of places, and he is a guy that, as of late, I've really thought that a video cut out, but I've said this before. At this point of, Eric Gordon's career, I really do believe he's the perfect sixth man for any contending team, and I expect, like it's been reported in the recent HoopsHype podcast, that a lot of playoff caliber teams, contending teams, are interested in him. He carries an $18.2 million contract and a $19.5 million option next year. But he is a guy who's, a phenomenal three-point scorer, and he's a very efficient scorer. And at this point, at 33 years old, he's the perfect sixth man for any contending team. So let's go through and let's talk about the teams that I would not be surprised if they go out there and reach out to talk about, getting themselves Eric Gordon, because look, Eric Gordon's a phenomenal player. I'm sorry that the video cut out, but let's go. February 10th is the trade deadline. So no player is going to attract more interest than Eric Gordon. The guy is a veteran who has a lot of playoff experience. He has a versatile skill set on both ends of the floor. He's a capable secondary ball handler, a reliable three-point shooter, and a multi-positional defender. And he's very strong. He's quick on his feet, okay? And he can switch schemes defensively, okay? And when he's healthy, he's playing very almost 15 points on 61.8 true shooting at times, okay? So, look, let's talk about it. The Clippers are a team that, the Clippers are serious about becoming contenders by the time Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are healthy this season. And Eric Gordon's a perfect guy there. Eric Gordon adds another element of dribble penetration and outside scoring threat that they don't currently have. Him and Reggie Jackson would be awesome because one of them can move to the bench. And the Clippers are sorely lacking a capable defender to put up against quick guards. Since they're really resting their good players, Gordon's someone who can help keep their head above waters when, Paul George or Kawhi Leonard or anyone else sits. And if you get Eric Bledsoe and a first-round pick, Eric Bledsoe's contract's expiring. What are they doing? This is a great deal for the Clippers. I don't know about the Rockets, but the Rockets get off Eric Bledsoe and they get a pick like they wanted. And this is one that I think is feasible. Another one is, similarly, the Toronto Raptors could package Goran Dragic and maybe, a bottom-of-the-roster spot guy and a pick for Eric Gordon. Same idea. They get a guy to come off the bench, which will allow maybe Gary Trent to go into the starting lineup, Next up, the Brooklyn Nets is, look, the potential of both franchises have the potential of going nuclear. This is just super hypothetical. Some people are saying that, the Nets might trade Kyrie. I doubt it. So I don't think the Nets have the money to do it. They only do this if they do a huge trade. Doubt it happens. So don't see the Brooklyn Nets doing anything. But the Phoenix Suns, okay, the Phoenix Suns have already traded their 2022 first round pick, and they have a decent guard rotation. But if they wanted to bolster their bench unit, Gordon would do an amazing job because the Rockets have used him at small forward and shooting guard, and he would add defensive versatility next to Chris Paul and Devin Booker. And if they put Cameron Payne and Dario Saric together, maybe they only have to give up a second-round pick because they could do Gordon playing with Chris Paul easily because they've already done it, and they could do small ball lineups with Chris Paul, Booker, Eric Gordon, Mikal Bridges, and Jay Crowder to counter the Warriors when they play Draymond Green at center. I think it's just kind of a good deal that I think would really work out perfect for them. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've lost Ricky Rubio and Colin Sexton. Ricky Rubio has been replaced by Rajon Rondo, but they haven't really replaced Colin Sexton, even though Jetty Osman and Lamar Stevens have done amendable jobs at times. But the fascinating thing is that this team is trying to build around Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Darius Garland as their core, and they're going to have to extend those guys. They've already extended Jared Allen, but Darius Garland's next, and then eventually Evan Mobley in a few years. But Gordon does make a ton of sense if they're really trying to make a deep push, albeit similar to the Atlanta Hawks last year. If they do, the on-court fit makes sense since Cleveland is lacking the scoring punch that Colin Sexton gave them before going down for the rest of the year. Now, the Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Brunson looks like he's going to test free agency. He wants a 4-year, $80 million contract, okay? And because of the Stanton rule, the Mavericks can't move a first-round pick until 2025. As far as draft capital is concerned, you're pretty much taking second-round picks. And they do have matching salary in Dwight Powell and Josh Green. And since Josh Green is 21 years old, it's possible they can get away with constructing a trade with just second-round picks. Gordon would certainly help the Mavericks on the defensive side of the ball, fitting next to Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson, and Reggie Bullock. More importantly, the Dallas is one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league, so this is a deal that could really help them, okay? Really help them. And then obviously the Lakers, but that's basically it, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Till next time, guys, but peace out.